No, you dumbass. Let me think. Yes, we are back. The Due Process Scuffed Pod. Basically, 40 minutes of dumbasses talking with each other. Tangentially related to due process. I am Mr.Doughnut. I am here alone with two figments out of my imagination that I call Render. How you doing?
Hey, yo.
And then the only Italian that ever existed in real life, Coupe. How you doing?
Started.
Yeah. So we have a bit of an interesting story trying to, get all this, I would say, set up, because we asked Coop to come on here like 3 hours before.
That was
And
great.
because and not to throw anyone under the bus, Zombie has has a great reason. I'm gonna throw Doodler under the bus. Yeah.
Doodler's a schmuck. Doodler just can never be available. Apparently he's just too busy.
But man getting his schoolwork done. He's gonna become a Spanish journalist in Venezuela at the end of it all. So, did you know he's like fluent in Spanish?
I was told he wasn't actually fluent in Spanish. He was close,
Why
but
is
he wasn't quite there.
Why isn't he like taking like a degree over it? Like if he
man.
can't order me like some banging food, in Colombia, then why even?
But why bother? I don't know, man.
Exactly. Getting into it. So it is now us three, Render, Coop, and then we have a little British child attempting to not fuck up corner. So getting into this, we're gonna be going over some pretty interesting topics. First, we're going to be kind of getting into, both of you have been in the DP community for a decent time now, and I really wanted to...
Way too much time.
Yeah.
No.
And I really wanted to kind of get how you got into it, why are you here? Why you could be doing anything else, or like playing any other game. But now, you are playing Due Process and on a podcast for it. So, Renda, kind of start us out, how'd you get into this game?
Well, I was just chilling on my computer. My brother comes downstairs and goes, "Hey, man, you remember that Due Process game from Node?" I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Oh, well, it's on sale right now if you want to grab it." I was like, "Oh, well, shit. I remember that game. It seemed pretty good." That's not true anymore.
You weren't.
It was bought it, played a couple games. I was like on the home screen. I'm like, "Oh, look at that Due Process League. What's going on in there?" Joined, and the rest is history. It is just one just train wreck after another. But we're here. We're out here. Grinding, doing some shit. I don't know.
What about some of that history? Because right now you're on, so to say, GP. People say the best team. Now that Revenant's team is gone to dust, there's no actual competitors.
Lives and dies by Mackie.
But so how'd you get there? Why are you on GB when your average KD is like -8?
Oh, okay, dude. All right, Donut. You wanna start some shit? I will start some shit. Okay. You're out here. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway.
No, you can't just pull a fast one on me, bro. I was fucking eating. You want me to choke? Jesus Christ.
God damn right he does. Dude, he want to make room, bro. He want to make room on the podcast for someone else. No, so.
Oh my god.
I joined SPG back in, I think, December or early January with like 20 games. Subbed for a bit. Then season 2 ended. 6 left to go to Nemesis, and I know what, it was a good move by him. He was really good.
Very good.
And then I at that point I'd been burned out from playing because I played through DreamHack and occasion, and then I was playing a lot of scrims, so I was just like, I'm gonna take a break from this. Came back I was pretty terrible when I came back. I ran into Chi at a Nemesis 10-man, and he was like, we were talking for a bit, and we were like, all right, cool, see you later. And then like a couple days later, SPG died. I sent Chi messages. I was like, hey man, you got to spawn on your team because like SPG kind of died. So I joined them. I joined Fungi, as it used to be called. went a stellar 0-10 in a scrim, and then was asked,
They
"Hey
do.
man, do you want to make your own? Hey man, do you want to run your own team? Like, I can get you some guys." So I was dumped onto some random team with 4 casuals that I had never met before. It died pretty quickly. Went to OBM because two of my friends ran the team or ran the org that it was technically under, but
Org.
We had an org. What?
it's technically an org, but like
Okay,
kind of.
technically, I can make a Twitter account and call anything an org.
Listen, man, I don't know the specifics. Okay, that's just what my friends told
Yeah.
me. Lost to Frisky first 2 weeks of season 3, and I was like, "Dang, those Frisky guys are pretty good. I wonder if they'll. Wonder if they got a spot open." Like 2 weeks later, week 4 or 5, I was like, "Okay, all right, I've had enough of OBM because we lost every game and it was just not fun." And went to Frisky, did fairly well, came in second place for rivals, and then unceremoniously got destroyed by rats in the relegation tournament. But then Frisky dissolved. Tried out for Neo again for this. Well, tried to join for a second time. Didn't really get anywhere with that. And then because they decided to go with other people, which was understandable. Joined Rats for like a couple weeks, and I still feel kind of bad because I did kind of leave sick high and dry on that. When I went to go join Neo or now GB,
Third time.
for the third time, dude, third time's a charm. I actually got on the team third time. Well, for more than 4 hours, the third time.
Yeah.
I left him with just being like in bot stuff, leaving the team, joining GB without saying anything to him, like a total dick. Listen, bro. I had been like casually trying out for GB for like the last week, and I did not even really expect to get the spot. So I was just like, I'll let him know when it happens. And then all of a sudden, at like 9 o'clock on some random Tuesday, EK's like, "So like, you want to do the bot stuff?" Or I'm like, "All right, screw it." So, and that's my history of DPL, full of ups and downs, a lot of downs, a lot of teams dying after me joining them, which is pretty fun.
Oh, you ain't got shit on me, Render.
I ain't got shit on you. I ain't got, dude. I haven't been in the game for a year, man. Like,
Same. That's the
I ain't
bad
got
part.
no shit. Oh fuck. All right, well, what do you got, Dot? Bring it on.
All right, so I got onto dude process, thanks to Vi when he was still on Fierce, like way back in January. We met on Discord, and like he told me, "Oh, listen, I'm playing this game. It's called Due Process." I came off of like 3 months of break because I used to play in um Siege Tier 3 championships. I was supposed to do what's it called? PG Nationals, which is like the Italian championship or Italian tournament. It's the most important one in Italy. That didn't happen because my team dissolved. It's gonna be a very reoccurring team in my thing in my in pretty much every team I join. but yeah, I pick up the game. I liked it at the start because it was actually fun. Then they ruined it. But yeah, they I picked up the game. I started playing. I was pretty terrible at it because again I went on a hiatus pretty much of 3 months. I didn't play any shooters. I didn't do anything for 3 months. So my aim was complete garbage. And so was everything else pretty much. And yeah, I tried out for a few teams. I asked. I think it was, hold on. I might be remembering wrong. But oh yeah, because I don't have my old account anymore. But I think when I first picked up the game, I asked. I think it was Smith to join to join Nemesis like right off the bat. I had like 2 hours in the game, and I was like, okay, I'll try to ask him because I didn't know who he was at the time. I joined the community like fucking 2 days earlier, so I had no idea who he was. And I was like, okay, yeah, he's pretty cool. I could try asking them. Of course, I didn't get any response from him. And then I ended up joining Garfield. which was
Whoa.
one hell of a
Blast from
ride
the past.
back in January. Led by this absolute fucking egotistical twat that was called Garfield. And
Power
yeah,
team.
he um he picked up a few like newer players. I think he picked up um Photon as well. I might be wrong, but I think me and Photon were in the same team like since the start, like since way back where we both started playing in January. I might be wrong though. I'm sure we were in Havoc though when I left. Well, when Garfield died, because this guy wanted to pretty much get a or a DreamHack team going right off the bat. Like the team had been formed by like 2 weeks. He already wanted like already had going like what are they called? Like those smaller teams.
Academy team. He
Yeah,
wanted an
academy team.
academy
There you
team.
go. Yeah, he formed an academy team that he pretty much joined good players off of. And so yeah, that's what happened pretty much at the start. And of course, the team died because this guy was an idiot and he tried to make a DreamHack team off of a team that was formed like 2 weeks earlier. It didn't work. And so yeah, the team died. A bunch of the players left, but me and Photon, and we joined Havoc. I think it was Photon that joined us. I might be wrong again, but again, I'm sure me and Photon were in the same team in Havoc. And that's when shit started to look up a bit because we actually me Sensei Loaf well actually Loaf couldn't play it for a while. That's why I actually got the spot on the team. But yeah, me Sensei Photon Feed
Feed
and
machine. Oh shit.
Feed Roach and Loaf, and then for a while Sunky as well. Sunky is such a chill guy. I'm sad that he pretty much left completely. We were actually a pretty good team for a while. We beat Flogos pretty consistently as well when Yakuza was still called Flogos. And we played the Cloud City tournament, which was an EU only tournament made by LCG. That for some reason SPG joined it as well.
Hey yo.
Yeah, and so pretty much like 6 out of the 6 teams that joined that team fucking died, or sorry, that tournament fucking died.
No, LCG still around.
Oh yeah,
No,
LCG and Flogos, yeah.
I think didn't LCG run the
LCG
tournament?
didn't. LCG yeah only hosted the tournament, didn't play in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty much only one team survived, which is Flogos, and which is now called Yakuza. And yeah, our team just fucking died because, well, from what I remember, it was pretty much it was first Feed leaving because he wanted a break from the game that is still going to this day, thank God. And yeah, and then Sensei left, and then I mean we didn't have either IGL because we had 2 IGLs at the time. So it was Sensei IGLing for attack and Feed IGLing for defense, and of course we were a much more attacker-sided team. But yeah, the team just kind of died at that point, and that's when I just didn't really know what to do because I was like, I think it was March when I died, like halfway through March, and I actually tried out for a bunch of teams, including Neo, or well, it was called Fungi at the start. That was before they picked up Plebdo though, so pretty much they told me they had a sub spot open and they were gonna they still had talks to other players and they offered me the sub spot. They were like, if you want to join, there's only a sub spot clear though. And since I had an ego that was bigger than my head at the time,
At the time.
I fuck you. I ended up not accepting actually, and I still regret it. But yeah, I mean, at the time, the team wasn't really the same team that it is now. So I wasn't really confident in the team either. But yeah, I mean, after that, I honestly can't remember. Oh yeah, after that, I actually played a cadet test of a map that I can't talk about, and
Penthouse?
Oh.
yes. Wait, can we say?
That thing is so fucking dead. Do you
Oh,
think
really?
anyone besides Zach watches this? No.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Axum stays so far away from DPL. Sandwich is like doesn't show up, and Bard could be doing infinitely better things with his time and life.
Fair enough.
Understandable.
Okay, yeah. So there was Penthouse, right? And I don't even know if it's still a thing. I think it's pretty much died, from what I know at least. But yeah, we played a cadet test in that, and there was Mackie in there, which at the time was the leader of or the captain of Gang
This
of
does
Idiots.
not be the short bus.
What?
Yes.
What?
Okay, continue, because I have an amazing story after this.
Okay. But yeah, Mackie was playing in that test, and I played decently in that one. It was like, hey, yo, listen, Italian man, want to join? And I was like, yeah, okay, sure. And yeah, that's how it happened. So I played on Goi for like a month, and the team was as dysfunctional as it can get, but it was still fun as fuck. And yeah, I mean, we bombed out of fucking DPL season 3. Actually, no,
You guys
well, no,
played
we beat
fifth.
LCG, so no, we were still actually in DPL. Never mind. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't really enjoying playing with them, not because of the players themselves. Actually, they're all really cool, like all Maki, Rezi, Sarams, Zombie. They're all really cool. Just the fact that me being you and the time zones being so different just completely fucked us, and I just couldn't continue playing with them. So I left and ended up joining Kitora because how it happened, it was after our LCG match, I think it was for relegations that we won. I just got spammed by Photon asking like join the Kitura Discord, join Kitura Discord. And I was like, okay, but why? And he didn't answer, so I was like, okay, fuck it, I'll join. And I joined the Discord, and pretty much the entire team was on. When also Razor and Kuko and Fulton and Tommy were on there. And yeah, I joined that, and Kuko was like, "Okay, I'm gonna be straight with you. Do you want to join this? Do you want to join our team?" And I'm like, "Okay." And, yeah, I joined Kitura and played Rivals for a while. Um, and yeah, I mean, we mm, we were solid like second place for the entire Rivals season. But then Frisky came out of nowhere, and
Hey
Doughnut just turned
yo.
on fucking aimbot and started fucking shitting on us. Um, and so yeah, I mean after that, everybody got tilted, and everybody said, "Okay, fuck this game," and we all left the team. And that's really how it went. Um, I think it was me, Kuko, and Razor maybe that left. Um, but yeah, the team kind of died at that point. Nobody really, played it anymore. And I think this was back in May or June. I can't remember.
Jesus
But yeah,
Christ.
my hmm?
There's so many teams in such a short amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty decent at the game. I like to think that. So I mean, I joined every team that I could kill. But um yeah, after that I took a break for a while. I didn't really play for like 2 months. I think it was like between June. Or well, no, it was like between July
What's it?
and August, I think, because I was on holiday as well. And I mean, the game just wasn't fun at that point. The gunplay was terrible. The
Ah,
nitro was terrible. Yeah, I had to say it. Come on, I had to
there's
say something about the
there's the thing,
gunplay, man.
Yoshi.
And I had to say something about the gunplay, man. Come on, I've been holding myself back, you know. But yeah, I just wasn't enjoying the game, so I left for a while, and I joined back uh, towards the midway of like midway through August. And I joined Pogfish, which had just gotten into DPL at that point, and they still had like Foom, Fishy, and all them guys. Um, but yeah, after that, I mean, I left the team because of, I just left the scene in general for, personal reasons, and I joined back recently, actually, like at the start of October. And I joined with Kitura again because Merchant is a genius and likes to reform teams that died. And yeah, I mean, I joined with them. I played with them for a while. Then Kino, or Kuhaku Shinwa, whatever his name was, left Flogels with really short, with no notice at all, actually. And so Flogels Tommy hits me up and he's like, "Yo, listen, do you want to try out for us?" And I'm like, "Sure, why not?" Because I mean, they have Tommy and Photon and Ghetto and Flogels are people that I've played with in the past, and they're really chill and I like playing them. So I mean, I didn't really want to stick with Kitura because, again, I mean, considering how I ended last time, I didn't really feel like sticking with them. But yeah, I mean, after that, I just try out for them for a few days, and yeah, they're like, and Flo goes like after the scrim, he's like, "Listen, I'm down to hide you if you want," and I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Yeah, that's how it's gone. And then we've played now the Open recently, and yeah, that's it really. Played the Open, got third place. Yeah.
Well, hot dang. So
Yeah, it's a shit
God
ton of
having a
teams. I'm
bit.
sorry.
Yeah. No, that's definitely interesting. But the reason for my little outburst there is because when you joined Goy, there was an inside joke, and it really was a pretty public inside joke
Of me
that
being Italian, yes.
no, not yeah, of you being Italian, but also the fact that during game one, Goy couldn't start like Mackie or I think like
Oh yeah, we
Josh
had
at the
nobody.
time.
Yeah, for
And
that first game, we had
so
nobody.
for the first game, it was Zombie, Bacon, and 4 children. I forget who exactly. It
Pretty
was
much.
Zombie, Rezi. I think it was like Rezi, Birdie, Satrams, and you. And
Yeah,
so we called. And so
exactly like that. We had zero
mhm,
comms, we had zero plans, we had nothing going right there.
mhm.
Because I
and
mean,
so
I had played barely with them because we couldn't scrim because we would have scrimmed like way too late for me. It was like 4 a.m. when the time was right for them to scrim. So I couldn't physically scrim with them and I couldn't play with them. So they ended up not scrimming at all. And so pretty much there was no comms, there was no plans, there was no coordination at all, and it was pretty much me and Satrams running in and being retards, and the rest of the team just trying their best to fucking understand what's going on. So yeah, it wasn't exactly the best way to start off DPL. We were against gnomes as well, and which isn't at the time wasn't exactly the easiest matchup ever.
dude, I have so many channel points in you guys. I like at the time I had like 100,000, which is a lot, and I put it all on you.
Yeah, man. The only good thing I remember about that game is me running out like an absolute fucking idiot on Nog with an auto shotgun on C-Store while he was playing while he was playing the Saber. That's the only thing I remember about that game. And yeah, I mean, the time on Goy was a bit traumatic because I had to play constantly on 180 ping because we were playing Central, right? And that was so painful. That was so fucking painful, dude. I could not play the game properly. I had to play like a brainlet, or else I could not play the game. And I mean, I already play like a brainlet, so that says a lot. But yeah, it wasn't the best time ever. That's mainly the reason why I left in the first place. But yeah.
Yeah. So, but the funny thing is that when basically you guys were like, it's like Mackie and all of them conceded the fact that they would have to play it with that lineup. The whole joke is it was Zombie in the short bus because he knew that maybe besides Satrams, he will have to micromanage all of you, and that was one of the funniest.
That was the entire joke, dude. I never.
Because you guys were just children who were dumbasses. You guys were just dumbasses.
I had no idea, dude.
Because 3 of you were like little shotgun rats, and the other one was like Birdie, who just outran, who was just like.
I don't play shotgun.
Well, at the time, you were a little gremlin. Yeah,
yes.
Compared to so.
Gremlin ass.
Oh, gremlin, and so it was just 3 to 4. It was 3 to 4 gremlins and Zombie trying to like not have a stroke the entire game, and the entire that still lives in one of my favorite lineups and storylines to a DP game ever. Fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it was painful, that game, honestly. I mean, I think everybody felt that. I think we also tried to. Wait, who was it against that we did a VOD review. It wasn't for that game, but it was like against Fierce, maybe. Was it against Fierce? I actually can't remember. Anyway, it was against one of the higher DPL teams at the time. And we had Revenant stopping, that was like coaching us at the time, stopping every 2 seconds the fucking the VOD to point out something that we were doing wrong, somebody running in a wrong place, somebody playing something wrong, and we took for like halfway through a game, not even the whole game, I think. We took something like 3 hours to VOD review. It was fucking ridiculous. It took so long.
Did you learn anything?
Yeah, it was no, we didn't. I only learned that I play like Zantares and I fucking peek everything because I'm an idiot. That's the only thing I learned. Oh, but yeah, it was something to be honest. Honestly, if I had lived in NA, I probably would have stayed with the team a lot longer. Just again, the thing is that playing on 108 ping was just so fucking painful, man. I just couldn't do it. I mean, not that there's much of a difference between 180 and 130, but at least like 130 is a bit more playable. Like if you're trying to play tournaments and shit.
Yeah, and so you talked a lot about ping, and
Yes. And guns.
amazing
I talk a lot about
submission.
guns.
Yeah, but so both of you, actually, let's say one of you has pretty strong vocal opinions about the game.
I wonder who that one is.
Yeah, and
Oh shit!
as now we kind of get into this, I wanted to ask you both. What are your thoughts on it? Like, where is the game right now? What is like the gameplay right now? How would you rate it in pass?
You want to go first because I'm gonna
stakes?
be talking about this for a while.
Oh shit, man. The game right now is decent. The problem, in my opinion, is that it's just like you do the same thing every map. It's always the same. Blow storefront. All right, that one's done. Okay, well, you can probably eco kill house, maybe. Blow fucking dock. Blow fucking entrance. Like it's always like the same couple of loops over and over and over again, which gets a little boring and monotonous. But the problem is that if you try and branch out from that, you have a very good chance of just getting stomped. Like if you try and do something like at all creative with it, you're like, well, shit, I'm gonna just get destroyed by an auto shotgun sitting in a corner. Like, but the guns feel fine. I mean, I'm still gonna bitch and moan about the mop draw time because it's just not fun. But
What do you mean?
just
Expand.
dude, the switch time for the mop is fucking unbearable. I hate it so much.
Like, is it too slow?
It's way too slow. I hate it with a passion. Because it's like, yeah, I understand that it's a headshot. It's a one shot, obviously, and then if attacker gets it, it's a one shot to the body. But like, Jesus Christ, I mean, I feel like it's just objectively worse than the Saber in my opinion. Like, because like Saber has 7 rounds of mag, still a one tap headshot, plus night vision,
it's always been
plus
OP,
night vision. I know, but like, still, can you increase the speed of it slightly? That's all I ask. I'm not asking for it to be instant, but like,
I still
please.
think the mop is still fucking busted if played
Do you
well.
think that like the Saber should get a shift in terms of like the negative? Do you think it should get a nerf?
I mean, the Saber is fine. It's just
No,
that,
it's not.
like,
No,
I think I like the Saber. That's the thing. I like the Saber where it is
yeah,
right
because
now.
it's easy as
I have
fuck
fun
to
with it.
use. That's the thing.
Hey, man. Hey, I mean, I subbed in a what's merchants team. I subbed in for a scrim with them, and that was all they complained about for like 2 rounds. Whereas just how easy the Saber is to you.
Shit.
I like the Saber, motherfucker.
It's dog shit and it's busted as fuck. Like it's completely broken. Like it's a semi-automatic sniper with something like how many shots? That's like
7.
21 shots in a round. You can bring 21 shots in a round. And 2 shots to the body, 1 taps to the head, and it's got a fire rate that's pretty much the same as the TAR. That's fucking ridiculous. Like it's
Yeah,
completely
but
broken,
but
and it's
yeah,
got a
but
night
I
vision
mean,
sight.
it sounds like
Like
you just are not like you're just not good. Sounds like you're
It's a
kind of
skill
struggling a
issue.
little bit. Like, yeah, it does sound like a skill issue. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but
'Cause-
no,
getting
the thing
getting back
is
to it
that
though, the Saber before, so with kind of my thought is the Saber, it's been a really good gun for a long time, but before that they had the old night vision, the green night vision, and that really was a hit to the Saber, and so I think that a lot of people are like, the Saber should get a change or a nerf, and we can talk about ammo count. I think the Saber should have 4 rounds, 5 rounds mag.
recoil.
But no, I think Saber should have less rounds than mag. But also, if they revert Saber back to the green sight, holy cow, is that going to affect people dearly? And I think that's a
no
good thing.
shit.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's gonna affect people because I mean, as long as I've been playing the game, it's been just a normal, like, just slightly darker than normal vision, but still pretty clear. Like,
You just
I've
turn
never
off
had
the
to deal with
shaders
the
when you
green.
have the night vision set on.
Yeah, I
Saber.
just turned my gamma up actually. And moving on from snipers because I just this is
I'm gonna talk
it's
about
such
them
a
later. Don't worry about it. It's
oh
okay.
I know I'm sure I'll fight you on something. I don't know. Dude, Merchant's meme of the tub needing a buff is so like overplayed. It's so like overdone now. I think it's so dumb.
I mean,
Like
the pub is shit though. That's the thing.
the
It's so
the tub is fuck okay. So are shotguns. Like usually shotguns are just situational tools, not actually meant to just run through the enemy team. Other than the
Yeah,
auto,
okay,
because the
but
auto is meant to do
the
that.
thing is, in defense, they have no use, like other than to get kills. In attack, it's like you can grab someone on a factory and tell them, okay, you grab a shotgun. We need a shotgun for this, or else we're all gonna die in a choke. Because someone kicks the door and then they just fucking molly us. So we can just run through it with a shotgun. But in defense, you don't have that. Like the shotguns in defense are fucking worthless. They don't have a use.
Hey man, don't put it great. Shotgun rats are a thing. You can shotgun rat and still do fairly well.
Yeah, that's the thing though. Like you're
I
just
think-
leaving
Listen,
someone to bait the rest of the team. That's the thing.
dude.
Like,
I feel like y'all wanted the tub to just be like one shot, boom,
I
boom,
don't give a
clip,
fuck about the tub.
golden
It's fine like
clacker
this.
moment, like.
Golden clacker. I honestly don't give a fuck about the tub. It's fine as is. Just like
I just fucking.
it's
don't get it.
not that useful. Like
So
it's
the question is, what role does it play? What
What
role
role
do you
does-
want it to play?
you have to
I
play
think
like
the
a
tub
rat
should
and an
play.
aggressive fucker.
I think the tub should play an eco weapon role that you don't want to take the tub, but you do, and C-store when you don't have a lot of guns.
Yeah,
That's the
what
role
it does,
I think the
pretty
tub
much.
should play.
The Legros and the tub are for when shit, it's last round, we have no weapons.
Legros is crap though. Legros is just good.
I hate the Legros, but like it's fine.
All right.
Legros is fucking epic.
The Legros is
Just a side of
Legros
shit.
the Legros is fine. Like the gun's fine. I just hate it.
Yeah.
And
fair enough.
like I just don't like using it. Especially because like Ingmar's so just better. But and especially now that you have 4 AKs and 4 Grubers, it's like eco is just non-existent.
So
Yeah.
when that change was tested, and the first
shit.
thought was, these guns are very good, and the Gruber is pretty decent. It's a solid gun. The KRM is really good. It's like, in my opinion, it's the best defender weapon. And people can fight me on that. I think it's the best defender weapon.
I think it's pretty good.
There's
Yeah,
more
and then
better.
the Black Tar, I think it was when that was first released, it was broken in half, and they still haven't changed it. But I think people have wanted to play around it better.
The
So
new
it's
Black
kind
Tar?
of yeah.
Eh.
I
Because-
mean, before the brace got nerfed though. Brace did get nerfed.
Yeah.
Brace
So
before was
before
fucking
it,
ridiculous. Like, it was even more busted than it is now, honestly.
yeah, before it, the Black Tar was not the best gun, but you would still be able to use it. But it took a lot of. You had to get headshots, and now I think the Black Tar is just disgustingly good. And
Black Tar's
so
good.
I think the attacker economy hasn't changed much at all, but the defender economy, as you said, Rinder, there's no need for save.
There is a need for save. It's just dependent on whether or not you lost the first round.
Yeah.
I mean, but honestly,
If you
like, on a
lose,
high
if you
level,
lose if you all die on first round, you kind of have to be a little bit more careful with it, depending on what you took. But like, if you save, even if like fucking 2 of you save, you don't really need to eco that much.
I mean,
But
though on a run, like you're not gonna grab like all four AKs. Like that's not gonna happen realistically.
You've
Like
never
you're
been
gonna
in a
have
casual.
maybe
You've
one
never
or
been
two
in a
AKs.
casual.
Okay, yeah, I mean fair enough in a casual, but I'm talking like
Mop
at
all
higher
4
level.
AKs gone first round. It's great.
Mop it all, 7 bullets gone, 8 bullets gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like in a casual, yeah, it's fair enough. But like in a higher rank level, I don't think that's really an issue.
It's just like, I don't know. I just want them to add something else to the attacker side, because like right
Oh
now,
yeah, I
like
think everybody thinks that.
all the guns are decent enough on attacking side, but it's just like you have realistically you have two options, because like the only two
Die or grab an
shotguns,
AP.
it's an AP or you grab a black tar, like or you grab saber if it's somehow still available, or you grab a shotgun, but I'd fuck shotguns.
I mean, the thing is that, in my opinion, that attack is boring because the AP is way too viable. Like same with the saber, really. Like they both have the same issue. They're
what's the issue?
way too versatile. Like
Ah,
the AP can work at literally any range. You can break from like 20 fucking like 30 meters and still have a perfect spray because the AP is broken, has no
See, I
recoil
don't
and brace.
brace very often, so I wouldn't know. I
Yeah,
ADS a lot.
bracing.
I literally only brace. Like I ADS very very rarely, and it's only with the AK.
That was me when I first got into the game, was only brace all the time, and it was great because occasionally I'd hit like a braced black tar 2-tap, and I'd think I was really good at the game, and then I would get destroyed immediately. But it's fine. But
Yeah,
I ADS most of the time, unless like I open the door and there's a guy there. Like I'm not gonna take the time to ADS. Like I'm gonna just brace or just hip fire and pray. Like I mean,
the thing is, I'm personally more comfortable with my brace sense than with my ADS sense. So, like, I brace mostly in attack. I only brace pretty much, unless I grab a tar. If I grab a tar, I brace very, 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 very rarely.
Because a bit of history about the game. And you guys might notice back in Gunplay 1.0, it was very like
My
everything was
baby.
a laser
Gunplay
and all that.
1.0.
dude, shout out to
So
Gunplay 1.0.
the
Gunplay
entire
1.0 was the best fucking game ever. I
Yeah.
don't care.
yeah, but everything was a laser. Everything had basically pinpoint. Recoil was almost non-existent. And there was like the impactfulness of a lot of the guns was meant like, all right, you can brace like AP brace across the map was like completely viable. If you were
It
AP
was the
bracing,
shit. AP
it
brace
was,
was the shit.
and so change that to Gunplay 2.0. Everything's a lot different. There's a lot more camera shake, and so
Everything is
a lot
useless.
of
Not
because
everything.
a lot of
Everything's not
people
used.
that got
Dude, the hit
used
rate was
to Gunplay
fucking
1.0.
awful
We'll
in
get to hit rates later.
2.0,
We'll get to hit
man.
rates later.
Hey
Everyone
man,
that
I
got
had no problem with
used
that.
to a
You
Gunplay,
didn't play the game in 2.0 render fucking out.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, for like 2 weeks.
What the fuck you talking about, bro?
but everyone that got used to like Gunplay 1.0, he really didn't like Gunplay 2.0, and so they found a middle ground, so to say, in my mind, in 3.0, or
Yeah.
2.5, as some people call it. But I really think that right now, besides the economy and change, like I think a lot of the things that can be fixed throughout this game is in terms of like how much ammo is in the gun. You know,
Mm.
I think
Yeah,
like
but,
let's
like-
say if they reduce the AP mag from like 25 to 20, well, and the black
I mean,
mag
it's
from
still
You can still like get 3 kills with it though. Like you
it's
just hit
still
headshot.
like
It's not that difficult.
yeah, it's if you can aim even remotely well,
15
like
to
you win.
10. Okay, that's too far.
I mean,
What?
15 to 10, it's a fucking like it's Allegros at that point.
Yeah, like at that point, it's
it's
just
got a fucking pistol mag. You just shove a
trash.
fucking you shove a fucking Beretta fucking mag inside
Yeah,
the
but
mag well
just
instead
take
of
Hey man, they're gonna just take AP mags out of the game. It's gonna be from PK mags actually. You're gonna have a wall full of PK mags and that's it.
You just fucking run saber mags on the AP.
Yeah, like I don't really think because like that's the thing though is AP you would just have to lower damage. It would just be you can't really mess with the ammo count too much. I mean, yeah, you might be able to drop it down to 20, but you can't drop it much lower than that because at that point it's like, well, what's the fucking point
Why
of
even it's
taking that?
automatic?
Yeah, why is it automatic at that point? You just have two semi-autos at that. You'd want to have two semi-autos at that point because you spray. Let's say you spray like and you miss a couple shots, like you're fucked if they lower the damage. Like,
Oh yeah, I'm not saying about lowering the damage. I think it like if they do lower the damage to the AP, and the question is walking a fine line. If you lower the damage to the AP, and attackers start to get like insta ganked by anything.
I mean, defenders are. I feel like defenders already have a massive advantage, especially in the damage department, dude. Like, it's fucking unreal how good the defender guns are
Mhm.
compared to the attacker side. Like, I thought there's
mean,
a definite reason
attackers
why
have
you pick up
have
defender guns and you don't really pick up attacker guns other than saber. I mean,
attackers gonna have the attackers have the health pool, so that balances it out. But
I suppose,
yeah.
but still, like it's just even so, it's just okay. Well, you get what is it for Ingmar? Is it you can 2-tap with that, right?
Yeah.
It's the same as a black tar, but it's fully automatic.
In defense, it's 2 headshots, 1 body.
No, fair enough, but I'm just saying is that it's a fully automatic black tar and it kills in 1 more body shot. Like it's just a better gun. I mean, I understand people have hit regs issues with it, but like,
Yeah.
I mean, the thing
So-
is, there's hit reg issues in any gun with this game. You have to overshoot with any gun. Like,
I don't know what you're talking about. Don't play at 140 ping.
I mean, even when I play on EU, like on EU, it's less noticeable, but even on EU servers, I have to overshoot with most guns.
I
don't
only
know if
noticed
it's just
on
me
EU.
having this, but honestly, like even though I get hit sounds and I do hit the enemies, it's just sometimes I have to shoot like that extra 2 or 1 or 2 bullets because just the game doesn't want to register that 1 bullet, and I don't know why. Like it's just I don't know if it's the hit sounds are fucked or if it's
I
like
have a
I'm not
story.
hitting them.
I have
Oh, let's hear
never
the story.
had hit issues in due process. And when people talk
Oh.
about hit issues, and they're like, I have all these hit issues, I'm like, I can't believe them until they show me a fucking video. You know? And I was always like, people who play on EU, or like the EU NA like difference, that's BS. You know, I played on EU servers in NA. I played against Europeans. It's fine. You know?
You
And I
have
think
not
I
played
no,
against
and I
fucking
think I
mates on
finally,
EU.
I think I finally understood it. And just in terms of how, and this is not a due process, it's a Counter-Strike. I finally understood it when I was invited to go play Counter-Strike with some of my friends, and they're all based in Germany, and they're all like MGE. I'm like Silver Elite Master. I'm trash at the
Fucking
game.
gamer.
Exactly.
Gamer
I'm a
moment.
And so they're pretty higher ranked than me, and just like how much I can abuse the fact of like peek around corners, you can't hit me. Oh, I won the gunfight because your shots went into nothing.
You can't hit them either. That's the thing. You can't hit them
And
either.
so I abuse that by using MAC 10s and jumping and running around people.
Ping advantage is amazing.
And so once that happened, I saw some more disgusting videos from like Revenant and Mackie movies. I'm like, oh shit, this gets bad fast, you know?
Nah.
And I mean, it can't
It's honestly
some
not
of
as
the
good as
clips
you
are-
guys are saying it is.
The
It's
only-
some
really
of, like
not that
some of
good.
the clips are pretty nasty. I will say. Have you seen? So this is game 1 of season 2, Mazer versus Team Flogel EU. It was like 6-6, you know. It was like 6-5, and I don't know if I still have the clip, but the clip is literally just Tigerman going across the catwalk, and he stutters. He goes like every like few bodies, and Smith's like, and if you look at Smith's clip, he's not tracking him very well. I will say that, but it looks like a slideshow from his side, and it's fucking hilarious.
I mean, that's also just Tiger's shit internet, honestly.
Dude, the shitternet is real, bro. Like,
The shitternet.
it's a problem.
Yeah, but
I mean,
Another
it's
fact-
just like, I don't know.
yeah, but I mean,
I'm not a
So
game designer. I don't
honestly,
know what
I
needs to be
think
done.
the ping
so.
advantage is not nearly as massive as you guys are talking about. Because
Oh, dude,
as a
ping
guy
advantage
that plays
is
at
massive.
160 ping pretty consistently, it's not that big.
Dude, I
Like,
can't hit your head,
it's-
bro. It's fucking unreal.
I mean, if you can't aim, it's not my issue. That's the thing.
Motherfucker, I
it's
will
not the
beat you in a
ping.
1v1 right now.
Bet, fucking get on
No.
CS:GO right
Alright.
now, bitch.
CS:GO?
Right fucking
Alright,
now.
bet. Alright, bet. Alright, bet.
Bet right now.
we will do
going
this
down.
after. We'll do
No,
this after.
no,
But I
I'm
want
starting
to
up
know.
tweets right now, baby. I'm doing it
Oh
right
my
now.
God.
We're doing this
We're
shit
both
live.
doing this right now.
Alright.
We're
but
doing this shit live.
Coupe, you know, Render gave his thoughts on Suns, and you kind of popped in. Let's get to you. You know, Flogels just said in chat that Saber should get a nerf. Aim is too sniper focused. What do you think about
Yes.
that?
I honestly think the same way because as I've said multiple times in DPO, for example the mop in my opinion is the more balanced out of the 2 snipers, of course, but it does need a body shot nerf in my opinion because it's way too versatile, and you can use it in any situation and get a profit out of it. Even if you don't get a kill, even if you die instantly, but you still get a shot off, or 1 or 2 shots off, that's still profit. Like, you still get a damage off, and
Do
you
you think
virtually take.
a body damage nerf, but a switch
Yes.
speed increase would be
Yes.
viable? Okay.
Yes. It will make it a lot more balanced, in my opinion. Like, making the gun faster than switch, like it was in the past, but making the body damage do like 110 or 100 damage, maybe a bit more, like 115 or something. But just so that you don't get instantly one tapped by a guy just rushing you with an AK or a gat, even.
Mhm.
Just making it's also because it's also a mental thing. It's not only, you take 135 damage, and yeah, it's that. Like, it's also a mental thing. If you take 135 damage and you're left with 15 HP, you think, oh shit, I'm one shot. I can't really push that much anymore. And sure, you might then at that point go play like, fucking, I don't know, the flank watch or whatever. But still, like, someone that has decent aim is still gonna like click you in the body and die. You die instantly, even with a knack. Like, that's the thing. It's the mop has too much impact in a round, even though it's a gun. And, like, okay, sure, power weapons are supposed to give a lot of impact. Are supposed to have a lot of impact. Okay, fair enough. But look at something like the auto, right? The auto shotgun is, well, a shotgun, of course, but and so it's not
Yeah, the
like you can't
shotgun is a shotgun.
you can't like snipe across the map with it, but it is still a powerful weapon. It's still a weapon that is used quite often compared to like something like the tub. And although the issue is with the auto shotgun, you get punished if you play completely out of position. With the op, even if you don't play out of, or sorry, even if you play out of position and you just have decent aim, you can just click someone, run away. Like, for example, you just sit on a green, you just look at a fucking window right next to the door, and like, even if they run past, you hit them in the body, you still leave an attacker at 15 HP. You can just run away. You're full HP, reload. You can just reposition and do the same thing over and over again, and be a nuisance to attackers, and just, well, in short, ruin their push. Like, it's it's got way too much impact. Well, the auto, also, like, the auto positions are a lot more predictable. Like, you know when you see a position for the auto, right? Like, yeah, or sorry, you can see a position for an auto player, right? Like, you know that if you see a tight corner and there's a door right next to it, and it's really hard to flash unless you flash like right on front of the door, you know that an auto shotgun is going to play there 100%. And with the mop, though, it's so versatile and it's so viable in every situation that you can't predict where it's going to peak, right? You can't really predict where it's going to play. Like, sure, you may predict a very basic position, but that they can play with, any other long range gun, like Rosing Mar, big AK. But with a mop, you just can't do the same thing. You just there's no chance of predicting that position because they can peek, they can play aggressive, they can play defensive, they can play passive, they can hold an aggressive angle and just back off, and then you just can't get the trade if they kill you, or if they leave an attacker low HP. They can play pixel peek angles really well because the scope is very easy to look through, of course. And the gun, well, it's not like it has weapons way or anything like that makes it, like, hard to peek with. Although weapons way is something that's coming. So, although again, like, it's honestly, I tried it, it's not that big of a deal. It's not
So
nearly as bad.
here's the thought. What about players like Argo, players like Plebdo, who succeed a lot without using uh, the sniper? You know.
Oh, I mean, they're just good at the game. Like, there's no other there's no other real there's no other way around it. But again, even them, against a mob, they can't do much with an AP or a tar. They
Mhm.
just, sure, okay, unless the guy is playing completely out of position and they manage to rush him or something. Okay, sure, you might kill him then, but against a good mob player that knows how to position himself and how to peek and how to abuse the gun that he's using, it's just not fightable. And it's not fightable, but not in a way that is good. Like, it's not fightable in a way that just ruins the game, because some pushes and some plays that I've seen on maps like Factory or hell, even C stores and smaller maps, they just get completely locked down by a single mop player that just knows how to fucking body shot people. And it's it's got in short way too much impact. And the same thing goes for the saber. Like the saber is used like if there was a pick rate for weapons that you that get picked in each round in DPL matches and normal games, probably the saber and mop have the highest pick rate out of them all. And it's ridiculous in a game that is supposed to be a tactical shooter and or well, it's not a tactical shooter, but you know, in a game that's should prioritize CQC combat, like to have snipers have this big of a presence and have this much of an impact is just insane in my opinion. Again, it's more blatant in the Saber's case because you know the Saber is busted. It's got shit 7-round mags, no recoil. It's got fucking shitload of rate of fire, and on top of that, it's got night vision on its sight. So that's broken, but that's just simply because the gun is modeled badly, in my opinion. It's just modeled in such a way that it's completely broken. But
Is
like in the
this
mob's case, I think it's just a balancing issue that's just come up now, and it's just been more noticeable now because the hit rate is better, simply.
because
That's
like
the only thing.
a lot of people, when it comes to um, like it's like sometimes one of the other game Counter Strikes, whatever, I don't play, so I wouldn't know, is that utility. We have access to smokes, we have access to these flashbangs, and so the question is, this is for both of you, when it comes to playing either at the highest level or at a very high level, even like in the 10-mans, do you think that the mentality around smokes, around how flashes are used, should change to focus more on like this is an entrance, let's like not smoke off our entrance, but smoke off something that protects the sight line, or is it just more that like the game and the maps are put in a way where snipers are too good no matter what?
Yeah, that's the second pick in my opinion. Because like again, you can't predict where a sniper is gonna play. Like again, you might have
Kind
a
of can
very
though, but
wild prediction, but like it's most of the time it's not like unless someone is playing like a very obvious position, it's not very easy to predict. Like sure you can use smokes all you want, but still like that guy can just shoot one random bullet and he still does 15 damage because he still leaves you to 15 HP because he just shot through the smoke. And again, flashes they don't do nearly enough because you can throw a flash at the sniper, but if he's far enough away, like if he's like 50 meters away, you can't throw the flashbang far enough. You won't even aim punch him. It's just not worth it. Like it's not viable at all. So that's my way of thinking about it, at least.
I think you can easily use smokes to cut off sight lines when you're like pushing.
Again, you can just shoot the mob can just shoot through it though. Like
Well, like
just make
that's the
the
argument,
mob
for like
bullet.
anything. Mob, like you just shoot smoke, and
Yeah,
so
that's the thing. That's why smokes are not very good at, like, honestly, in my opinion, because you can just predict where they're gonna go and just fucking spam through them and still do damage.
so I've
But you
had
can
this
do the
idea.
same thing in Counter Strike. Like
Yeah, and that's why there's smokes and lineups in Counter Strike to block off line of sights right away. So you can just wait until a guy sprays and then just run in. But you can't do that in due process because if you wait enough, someone's just gonna run in the smoke and fuck you up. That's the thing, because you can see through the smokes as well in due process. So like.
So I've had this.
That's my thinking about it.
You've said that like the saber is in a very strong place. I've had this mindset for a disgusting amount of time, and we can go back and I will that flares should completely counter the saber. In my opinion, I think flares should make the saber absolute hell to like use the aim down sights with. You know, well, like is that just me being insane and wanting like dumb stuff, kind of like my make a map, or is it? Do you think that could have any ground in reality?
I do think the flares should have a bigger impact on the saber, but at the same time, I mean, on light maps you're not gonna bring flares, right? Because you need them for other maps. Like if you get dome and factory and then a bank or a kill house, you're not gonna bring those flares on bank just to counter the saber or counter one angle of the saber. Like it's just not worth it. And again, it's pretty hard to tell if someone's gonna play very aggressive with a saber, so pushing up with their team, or if they're just gonna play very passive. Say like someone um, Schreikel, for example. He plays very very passive with the saber and with the sniper in general. So it's sure you may know the players at that point, but in something like Pugs, for example, or if you're playing like ranked, in case this game gets big enough to play ranked, I don't fucking know. But I mean, you can't really predict that, right? It's unless you lose a round because of it or multiple, you can't really play against it in a way. Even if you're playing around with players.
Mm-hmm. Man, so you've given a lot to think about. Before we kind of start to wrap up here, I really wanted to ask both of you this question. Both of you are on very high level teams. Render, you're on Global Breakout. Coupe, you're on Yakuza. Are there any teams or players or just ways, like play styles, kind of coming up that that have you interested, that have your team interested, or is it really just now just you focusing on the current meta right now, which is snipers heavy, play a bit fast, do whatever GB's doing. I'm kidding.
Hey man, we're winning somehow. I mean, I'm not. Other than just like one time, they sat there instead of and they just sat here out of nowhere. Like I haven't seen anything like really that new come up. Then again, I haven't. I mean, we've streamed once in the past week since the end of the open. So
Yeah,
or twice
it's
rather.
probably not going to be because I don't have a lot of. From now on, I don't have a lot of insight on this, but there's probably not going to be a DPL event in December. It being the holiday season. But
bruh.
Well, I don't. I mean, like Render. At this point, you would know more than I would. So,
oh shit.
Yeah. But we'll get into that little topic. Maybe
we
next.
can when Doodler's on the podcast, you can grill him about it because he's staff. Big staff guy. Allegedly, someday.
Allegedly.
He'll finish his work and actually be able to do something. But until that day, we're left scrambling the day of because he decided to wait until 2 days or 2 hours before we
fucking... a bit of leeway.
No.
Before we we head out, I would like to ask one final question. Like, is there anything you want to see change? Any changes? Anything you like about current process right now? Anything?
Oh boy.
How much time you got?
Yeah, you got another hour.
So when we talk about changes, one little thing. Curtain Shield. I like the fact that I can shit on new players. Something like that. I'll go first. It's kind of a change I'd like to see is an immediate nerf to all shotguns. I want but they don't tell anyone.
Oh, just a silent fucking nerf.
Yes, 100%.
That's scuffed.
That would be so hilarious.
That'd just be so scuffed.
You see someone blasting
that would
6
just be
shotgun shells in the body of a dude, he doesn't die.
I mean, it's already how it happens. It doesn't really.
Yeah, fair enough.
But and so then, I guess really, I'll let you guys kind of start on off. Render, you got any small change? Or
any
large
small changes?
Mm-hmm.
Buff the GAT9, because I mean it's already better than the LS, but can we get that margin wider? That'd be great.
For the GAT9 club.
GAT9 OP, and you cannot convince me otherwise. We just need to widen that margin between the GAT9 and the LS.
Oh, great. Anything from you?
I think they should change the movement in such a way that you can play like we're playing War Thunder. So they make it even slower than it is now, and make it even more boring.
Oh my gosh! I mean, with Bard's what Bard plays, we might see that in the future.
Yeah, Christ.
Yeah, when are tanks coming to do process?
Yeah, bro. When are they adding fucking mounted MGs?
Yeah,
that isn't fucking
cart. Cart and shield, baby. Well, that's all what we have here for you over at the due process.
I got one more thing.
All right.
Don, are we gonna do this fucking 1v1 or not?
Yeah, baby.
I've been waiting, bro.
Down, bro.
I've been waiting, bro. I've been on.
I didn't know you were on the game already,
15 minutes.
Yes, already.
You said you were launching it.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Thank you, everyone, for watching this absolute train wreck. Thank you, Tetra.
Congratulations.
Prodding.
Congratulations, Tetra, for winning his casual. I saw that.
What a
He
fucking
lost the
gamer,
casual
dude.
though.
Oh, he lost
Oh.
one? Oh, well.
He lost
What a fucking idiot, dude.
Also, good job for Tetra for changing Dot's profile picture in the middle of the podcast. That was pretty tight.
You
I saw
fucking
that. I saw
dickhead.
that.
I hate you. Wait, did he actually? I'm gonna fucking
Yeah, he
kill
did.
him.
Yes, it's been
Yeah,
like
he
this for
actually-
I'm
maybe
gonna
half an
fucking
hour.
kill you, you British little prick.
It's so
You
harsh.
fucking cunt.
Damn.
We need to cut that.
Angry.
That's all we have for you now. Thank you, everyone. I am Doughnut. These two are Render and Coupe. And I will see you later. Hopefully not.
What the fuck you mean I'm
Yeah.
stalling, motherfucker?
Bye.
What am I stalling?